What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Uriah with the hub of fantasy football, and I got my co-host, Foley.
Hello. We have 8 sleeps until the month of Halloween.
That is true, and we are missing our other host, Evan. Sorry you're not here.
Well, let me tell you about today's sponsor then. Today's podcast is brought to you by communism, aka soccer, because soccer is communism, and that is the reason that Evan is out today. He is attending to a communism, aka soccer game tonight. So, if you like watching some kids do cardio for a couple of hours and watching the game end in a 0-0 tie, if they keep score at all, then soccer might be the sport for you.
I didn't know where you were going with that, watching kids and communism. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no. Kids or adults. But yeah, that's what soccer is. It's just communism that ends in a 0-0 tie. And do you know what hockey is?
Communism?
Communism for Canadians.
Canadians are, anyway, we love all people.
Absolutely, including our 2 Canadian listeners.
Both of them.
And our 2 Irish listeners. We've got an Ireland game coming up.
Don't forget about the Kenyas.
That's true. Shout out Kenya.
Shout out. Let's see. Man, look, this week was like riddled with people going down.
Yeah.
I mean, tons and tons of injuries.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, we'll go over like a few waivers.
Let's do it. Let's
start with quarterback. Who would your number one be?
I mean, it depends on, if you're in a superflex league like us, there's probably not much available.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're still just probably handcuffing. If you're lucky enough that, say, Jackson Dart is out there, that's not because of an injury, but if he is available, he's going to be the starter this week. We'll, I'm sure, talk more about that.
Yeah.
But beyond that, if you're in a superflex league, I would look at just, do you know for sure who the best backup quarterback to one of your guys is? So for me, like, who is Trevor Lawrence's backup? Who is Jalen Hurts' backup? Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee might be the one that I would pick up if I were in that market. If you're in a 1 quarterback league, there's a lot more options there. That's where, to me, it's streaming. Look at matchups every week and just live that life. That used to be how I operated in all my 1 quarterback leagues, and I still do sometimes. I think it's easier to have a set it and forget it quarterback, but I think it's actually better to stream. You end up having more success if you just stream.
Well, I mean, I like where all that was going. If you're in a 1 quarterback league, I would definitely pay attention to Jaden Daniels. And if he was going to be out again, Mariota would be a smash.
Sure. Although Terry's out now, maybe.
Yeah, but like, once again, with all these other teams, who's the number one?
Yeah, I mean, that's
it's so crazy. Let's see, running backs.
There's one big one.
Definitely Trey Benson.
Yeah. Listen, he's most likely he is not available in your league, but check.
Yes.
I am really mad because the only league I'm in that is not doing fab this year is the only one he's available in, and I'm undefeated in that league, so I'm probably not going to get him. I would he is a spend most of your fab type of guy in a normal league.
I think so also. And then you got it with Tracy being out.
Yeah,
you gotta go Scatterboo. I'm not a big fan, but I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, he's exciting. I actually was in a position in one of my leagues where I did start him last week.
Wasn't bad.
He ended up being a really good play, and I think that can continue for the next 2 to 4 weeks that Tracy's going to be out, and then we'll see what happens from there. Probably going to be gross again.
And I would also look at boy from Tulane, plays for Titans. Tajay Spears.
Yes.
That's one more week and then he's available?
Yeah, it's a little vague. Yeah. But I am, as the Tony Pollard owner, at least a little bit worried about what that split's going to look like. But I don't. People think Tajay Spears is going to be involved every year, and he hasn't been so far. So
he's just he's very situational.
Yeah.
But it's still a thorn in your side, and if you're bad, you got to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, look, last year everyone was, don't draft Tony Pollard because Tajay Spears might actually be the guy. And
it didn't matter.
Pollard ended up being good, and Spears was a non-factor. So, I mean, preseason they were saying they were going to get Spears more involved, but how slow is he going to be coming back from an ankle injury? A little worried, but not super worried.
As far as wide receivers, who are you thinking?
I mean, if if Terry is going to miss some time, if you're in a deeper league, I would look at Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He had obviously a big play.
And watch those big plays because they will skew the numbers.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what I was getting at is the one play might skew the numbers a little bit, but still, he is, I think, probably the one who benefits the most from a Terry McLaurin injury. And of course, there's the name brand. He's a McCaffrey. He's Christian's brother. Shout out to Uriah, Trey Tucker. Man.
Could be a fluke. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is a fluke, actually. He dominated targets in a crazy way.
Yeah.
So there's that. If this is in like deepest of deep leagues, he is available in our leagues. Alec Pierce got concussed. The one who benefits from that is Adonai Mitchell.
Could be. Although I think it skews more toward Warren, but we'll get into that.
Well, sure. Like there's the starters who could all theoretically, but as far as if someone's going to step up, it's AD Mitchell. He struggled last year, but I did believe in the talent. I thought it was always weird that he couldn't beat Alec Pierce for this job. So, maybe he has a chance to shine. Again, that's only in a super deep league.
And I will say this about running backs. Please, for the love of God, do not go out and be grabbing Chris Rodriguez.
He's a stash, I think.
Maybe. But once again, I trust Bill over him any day.
I don't trust any of them right now. I think that backfield's a migraine.
Yeah, well, much like a lot of the situations in the NFL right now.
Speaking as someone who owns both Bill and Chris Rodriguez, because I drafted Rodriguez earlier than I needed to because I wanted to be sure I had him because I could see that there was a chance it was going to look like this, and I just wanted to have all of them.
All right, so let's move on into the games of the week.
Yeah, let's do it. So starting off with, I'm sorry, one more thing before we do that. On Chopped, speaking of waivers, there is, if you're in a Chopped league.
Are you just to give secrets away?
I'm going to give a secret away and hope that people don't listen until tomorrow because our waivers will run tonight or technically at 2 in the morning. 2:05 in the morning, I checked. 2:05 a.m. is when our stuff runs. So if you are listening to this on Tuesday night and you're in our Chopped League, well then, shoot, I wish you weren't. I wish you were listening tomorrow. But listen, everyone's going to be really hyped on Saquon Barkley for good reason. Devon Achane, though.
Like him.
Week 12 bye. Our championship is week 11. That means
you won't even have to worry about anything.
Exactly.
He stays in there.
Exactly.
Well, look, the crazy thing is the one I wish I would have stayed in longer to for this, but do you spend your money this week or do you still try and go under the radar?
Yeah, I have a budget, I
think you got to in this league.
Yeah,
because I know like 800's fixing to come out for Saquon or something crazy.
I have full transparency. Again, screw me if someone's listening tonight. I am betting less than $100 on Saquon Barkley because I am trying to save. And so I know I'm not getting him.
Because you're going to need it at the end.
Exactly.
When the last person is going to be stacked.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like Saquon will be available again,
Absolutely.
So this isn't my last chance to get him if I survive. But that's the thing. You do have to stay alive to spend it. James went down with $1,000 still in the bank.
Definitely watch your matchups. You got to do the matchups.
Yes, and I feel like this is a week where I can still survive even if I don't get any of the big name players. And there's some lower name players that I can get for depth. Again, sharing state secrets here. Trey Benson is out there still, and that's one who might fly under the radar because everyone's looking at Achane and Saquon. So there's stuff like that in the Chop League. But getting into Thursday night, though, Seattle and Arizona is the game. I actually did a little thought exercise before we get into our start sits of all-time Seattle offense versus all-time Arizona offense. Who do you got? And I wrote down who I think is the best for each position.
It's definitely Seattle.
I think you're right, although Arizona has the best overall player. But I think you're probably right. So for Seattle,
Fitzgerald?
Yeah. For Seattle, I would say it's Russell Wilson. At running back, I went Sean Alexander, although you could say Marshawn. It's close between those two. I went back and forth.
Joey Galloway?
Oh, that's an interesting pick. For me, I went wide receivers. Obviously, Steve Largent, I would have him in the slot. And then DK and Tyler Lockett out wide. You could argue
Galloway over Lockett.
Yeah, I didn't think about Galloway. I debated between Lockett and Baldwin.
Yeah.
Tight end is rough, though. Zach Miller's who I went with. Their tight ends are terrible. For Arizona, though, you got Kurt Warner, David Johnson, Obviously, Larry Fitzgerald. I would put him in the slot, have Anquan Bolden and Jetstream Green out wide.
Who's your running back? I want to know this.
David Johnson is who I went with for running back.
Okay, see.
Maybe that's recency bias. Maybe if I went back, I mean, like in the 40s and 50s, they had some amazing running backs.
Yeah, you can't.
But no, I'm not going that far back. Although I did go pretty far back for the tight end Jackie Smith, who was a monster in the 70s.
Did not know that name.
You could have gone Trey McBride, but I was trying to not be all recent players. Yeah, I would probably go Seattle, but it's tempting to go Arizona.
Well, much like in this, I'm going to say Seattle's going to win.
Okay.
I don't know how you figure about it, but let's go Seattle's.
Yeah. So Seattle.
Darnold is sneaky this year. I don't like him. I don't like him as one quarterback, but he's definitely sneaky.
He's okay. Is about all I can say. He's not terrible. I mean, he's kind of about what I would expect him to be. What's his PFF grade so far? Oh.
I told you.
Oh, my God.
I told you.
He is the number 1 graded PFF quarterback this year.
Sneaky good.
That's shocking to me. I guess I've only seen his bad plays.
I'm telling you, him and Jackson Smith are killing it.
I will say that reminds me of when Andy Dalton was like with the Saints. When he was with the Saints.
He had that little streak.
And you watch him every week and you feel like, he's not great. And then he's like the number 3 ranked quarterback on PFF. So, yeah, but yeah, hey, I can't argue with it. I'm a big supporter of PFF. Superflex only, though, right? We agree there?
Yeah, I'm not starting him in a 1 quarterback league.
Okay.
Let's see.
Running backs.
That's once again, it's like this whole season is so muddled.
I think you're starting Ken Walker until proven otherwise.
I think you have to, yeah.
Look, his yardage was actually super low, but he had multiple touchdowns, but I think he's still, maybe Charbonnet's back this week, but I think you have to assume that Walker is the workhorse until proven otherwise.
Absolutely. Jackson Smith is a smash.
Auto start.
Oh, I didn't say this. Torrey Horton.
Yep.
Definitely a stash.
Yeah.
Definitely a
I
stash. Almost a flex. I mean, it just depends. Once again, matchups.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as flexing him yet, but you should definitely be looking at him as a stash.
And I don't have anything else on them.
No, I don't either. And then the Cardinals.
Look, this week's going to be telling as far as the running back. I think this is going to tell a lot.
It's make or break for Trey Benson. Like,
yes.
Is he going to live up to it? I kind of like the talent coming out of college, so this will show it. So I don't think he's like top tier or anything, but he's going to get the volume.
I mean, it's definitely the volume. The thing I'm worried about is poor Marvin Harrison. What is going on?
No, I'm over it. It's not all on Kyler. Marvin Harrison.
I know he's dropping passes.
I don't feel bad for him anymore. It's. I used to just blame this all on Kyler. Now Marvin Harrison is doing some dumb stuff.
That's a lot on Kyler too, but look, it's just Kyler Murray's play style is not for the NFL. It's going to be found out. It's going to be figured out. I mean, every now and then he's going to bust a run. Every now and then.
I'm sorry. Hang on.
Oh, Lord.
We're talking about a 28-year-old quarterback here going to be found out. He's been in the league since 2019.
What I meant was like every year, I'm sure they put in new plays.
Yeah.
So this year is done for.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying this year, I mean, he's figured out. Everybody knows it.
I don't know. I've kind of been down on Kyler this year. Yes. Look, I'm not saying start him in a 1 quarterback, but I am to the point where I'm blaming Marvin Harrison more than I'm blaming Kyler.
I think it's both. But after last week watching some of Marvin Harrison, I was just like, and I'm benching him this week. So
yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's totally fair to bench him, and that means he'll have a 3-touchdown game.
Absolutely, especially for me.
To me, Trey McBride and Trey Benson are the two Treys, the only starters.
Absolutely.
But you should start Trey Benson this week. I do feel that.
Seattle, sneaky special teams. Sneaky.
I mean, it wasn't sneaky last week. They came in strong. I luckily had their defense in some leagues. Seattle's just one of the ones that I
always keep.
Yeah, well, like Mike McDonald, the coach there, like his defensive scheme lends itself. It's very similar to the next team we'll talk about, who also had a monster defense. Brian Flores' Vikings. They are in Pittsburgh on Sunday. Oh, this is the Ireland game. So,
oh man, 8:30 a.m.
Yeah, be warned. Be warned that it's an early start. I think that's 8:30 Central.
Okay.
I mean, Eastern rather. So should be 7:30 our time if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it would be 7:30.
Yeah. Okay.
So for Minnesota, look, the only person I'm playing, I had this written down, but of course I lost it. The only person I am starting for the Vikings would be Jordan Mason. I would even sit JJ.
Oh.
JJ is my bust of the week.
Well,
I got him under 50 yards.
I don't see it. I have a lot to say here.
Go ahead.
First of all, I will go ahead and say boom of the week, Carson Wentz.
Ooh. I don't know. Has that ever been said before? Anyway, go ahead.
Last week, I described Trevor Lawrence as the most Carson Wentz-esque quarterback in the league. Yeah. Here I am predicting a Carson Wentz boom. I mean, look, first of all, going back to last week and the game that he had, and he had a decent game last week, right? Everyone was like...
He managed.
Yeah, he managed. He wasn't amazing, but... the box score probably made him look pretty good, and everyone is automatically going to say, oh, look how much better he is than J.J. McCarthy. The thing I want people to know, two things. First of all, he is better than J.J. McCarthy right now.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean he's better long term.
Much.
Yeah, it's not by much. But also, Christian Darrisaw was back for this game, and that's the confounding factor. He is one of the best left tackles in the NFL. He was pretty good right away, and J.J. didn't have him. Wentz did.
I will rescind my bust of the week because I just remembered Jordan Addison will be back this week.
Jordan Addison will be back this week.
So
I thought about making him my bust.
I don't think he'll be. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I would say smash both of those. Flex for Addison at the most.
Worth remembering that Pittsburgh's defense has been, particularly their secondary, has been atrocious.
That's what I'm saying.
So I didn't understand the bust Jefferson.
Well, I was thinking it was just him, and I was like, they can double team him all over the field, and he hasn't proven anything this year so far.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to be man coverage on JJ and Addison for the most part. And that just means Jordan Mason is going to kill it again.
I agree. Full disclosure, there are no booms and busts for running back and tight end this week because I think looking at consensus rankings, you can nitpick, but there's nothing that I find like atrocious. Mm-hmm. So it didn't feel, but I kind of wanted to make Jordan Mason a boom again, but there was just nobody that I was like, he's so much better. But I do think it's a good game for Jordan Mason. Obvious smash start. And start up Jefferson. I don't think you have to start Addison in this game. You can.
I think he's a flex.
Yeah, he's a flex. The thing for me is like, you've made it through 3 weeks without him.
Oh,
you can probably manage to make it one more week just to see for sure what he is now. But maybe you're dealing with some injuries.
Well, like you mentioned, the Pittsburgh secondary is terrible this year.
Surprises me.
Yes.
I didn't think that was the case. Would be the case.
Let's move on to who is it? Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is awful right now.
The whole team, what do you think? Because I honestly, Warren and Rodgers, and they're all combined, and to me, it's just a don't touch them.
I wouldn't say don't touch them.
I know you're probably going to say DK.
DK and Warren. I think Warren is a must start.
Okay.
He's been getting the volume. He's been let down by what's surrounding him for sure, but he's still getting enough volume. He's getting more volume every week, and he is making some plays on his own out of nothing.
Which also just the tens of people watching always look, fantasy, the craziest thing about fantasy is you go by production and you go by attempts.
Yep.
Touchdowns are freak.
Yeah. You can't predict touchdowns.
So if you got somebody who's getting the carries and who is getting the opportunity, you have to go with them.
Yep. And that's why Warren's an auto start to me. I really do think that. And DK, as bad as Rodgers is, and Rodgers right now honestly does not look like he should be starting on any team in the NFL. He's still getting the ball to DK, and I think that's good enough. But nobody else you want us to touch.
Personally, I wouldn't start anybody, but I understand where you're coming from. Let's move on. Washington and Atlanta.
Yep.
Talk to me about Washington.
Well, you already touched on Mariota.
Yeah, I think either one of them you are starting. Either one.
I don't think you're starting Mariota in a one quarterback league.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm. Once again, I'm focused on our league.
Sure.
Yes. I no.
Jaden auto
would.
start.
Yes.
Yeah, Jaden auto start no matter what if he plays, but it's sounding like he's probably not.
I know.
So far, it's sounding like they want to give him one more week to recover.
Yeah.
God, let's hope this isn't turning into RG3 2.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's kind of looking like it, though.
I mean, a little bit. But Mariota did look good. I'll give him the credit. I don't know that it lasts. The backfield is
questionable.
Yeah, don't start anyone. Look, I think Bill Krosky-Merritt, when he's had the ball in his hands, has looked really, really good. Like, really, really good. But they don't seem to feel the same way.
I know. I mean, you got Chris Rodriguez, the number one on the depth chart, and you didn't even dress him out the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, he was a healthy scratch.
That's so crazy.
But I was scared that if Rodriguez ever did dress out,
he would take him.
He would make this ugly. And I remember someone laughing at me last week for saying that Jeremy McNichols was more than just a special teams player for them. And here he was getting involved. Who
would have thought that, though?
Yeah. It's not like last year where there's just a clear early down back and a clear receiving back. They're using all these guys interchangeably right now, and I hope that it shakes out. And I don't care who it is. I just want to know. I just want there to be someone. Preferably Bill Krosky-Merritt, because I think he is the best of the three, but it's just weird.
It is weird.
They're not, like, Krosky-Merritt isn't getting the ball until the third drive.
I know.
But then he gets more involved as the game goes on because he's good. So stay away from the backfield.
The only wide receiver should be Debo.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. And I'm tempted to say cut Zach Ertz.
Man.
Deep leagues keep him. If you're in a 10-team league, you can cut him.
Yeah. So many more people out there. Atlanta. What fiasco is going on in Atlanta?
Well,
because it is a hot mess.
I think you know who I will blame.
I know who you're going to blame.
It's the lefty.
Oh, gosh.
It's always the lefty. Fun fact for our listeners who are not in our group chat, Michael Penix, as a starter, is 0-4 in games where their opponents score more than 7 points.
That's scary. That's so bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's not much clutch to Michael Penix so far. Again, I just don't like. Look, I wasn't high on him when he was getting drafted.
That's the reason I didn't like him going in this year, because he played 3-4 games last year, and it was all like, I mean, the opponents were done.
Yeah,
none of them were making the playoffs. It was just
you're right. I mean, his most memorable game last season was losing an overtime shootout to Carolina.
I know. Yeah,
and maybe some people, myself included, bought into that a little bit too much. Not that I drafted Penix anywhere except best ball, but I had him not high, but maybe higher than I should have.
I think if you took him, it was just like a flyer. Just you're hoping it's going to pan out.
Yeah, and it hasn't, and it's really hurt everyone around him except for Bijan.
Speaking of RG3.
Oh, God. RG3 at least had some good. I don't think Penix has had much good.
Yes, Bijan's the only person I'm starting.
Bijan, look, I'm not saying I'm in on him, but start Kyle Pitts. If you don't have one of the top 5 tight ends, start Kyle Pitts.
Take a flyer. Okay.
He has gotten better every week, and it might not be long before I do have to go all the way back in. I'm trying to resist.
Gosh,
I'm trying
don't
to
do
resist.
It, dude. We know where this leads to.
I know. I'm trying to stay out of it, but he's getting better week on week.
Look, for everybody in our league, Kyle Pitts is going to blow up, and he's going to be on the pod. And he's going to pick up Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what's driving me crazy. It's like when he has that 3 touchdown game, I want to have been on the right side of history with him. No. But, Mooney sits. McLeod sit. I think you still start Drake London.
I think you have to for where you took him.
Not just for where you took him, but because he's not the problem.
I know, but you got to have the quarterback.
I
know
you do, but maybe things get better. He and Penix did have a connection last year. It's weird that they haven't this year. But also, man, Raheem Morris, come on, dude. Did you see that press conference?
I didn't get. Yes, I did. I done gave up on some of these coaches. They're just. I mean. What are they thinking?
I would have fired him on the spot. I swear. So for people who don't know, it's the fastest answer to a question I have ever seen. Kirk Cousins will you give Kirk Cousins a chance to compete? No.
Exactly.
Not even a chance to compete. Now, look, I know it's been easy for us to dunk on Kirk Cousins because there was a lot of bad to his game last year.
He's still better.
He is still better. And remember, this is what I think we will forget. It's easy to forget. He had a game last year where he outdueled Baker Mayfield and set franchise records.
Absolutely. He still got it.
He does. And I'd like to see one more year removed from the Achilles. How much better does he move in the pocket? Yep. I want to see Kirk Cousins out there at this point because Michael Penix just ain't doing it. Mm-hmm. So, but this is not the fault of Zach Robinson. I want to be super clear. I love you, offensive coordinator Zach Robinson. You're my guy.
All right, let's go to this week's boom of the week. Josh Allen versus the Saints at Buffalo. Although saying this, I'm really kind of joking, but I'm not. Josh Allen probably won't have a good game because he'll be out during the second half.
That's what I was just thinking.
But, it's so juicy, though.
It is juicy, but that as soon as you said boom, Josh Allen, I'm thinking he's not going to have to do much.
He'll be going in the second, third quarter. New Orleans, nobody, right?
Nobody. I mean, maybe Olave you can flex Olave. I mean, hey, they're going to be playing from behind. They're going to have to throw the ball a ton. You can flex Olave.
Look, Buffalo, everybody. You got to.
Yeah, I seriously considered yet again having Khalil Shakir as boom of the week, but I don't want to just keep repeating myself on that.
Look,
it did work out last week, by the way.
That is such a hard room, once again, wide receiver room, to figure out because short intermediate routes are going to be Shakir, long's going to be Coleman, and he may or may not catch it. I still think he's the number one, but Shakir would be like my Tyler Lockett on the Seahawks,
Dalton Kincaid is the number one.
Yes.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yes.
By the way, just, I always like to take responsibility for my past booms and busts, and I didn't give this at the top. I went 5-3, so I went 6-2 each of the first 2 weeks. I went 5-3 this week. So a slight downward tick, and some of the ones we've already covered. I did have Michael Penix as a top 12 quarterback. I'm not going to make that mistake again. He finished at QB 31.
I showed you, hey, trust us.
Hey, I'm 5-3. I got that one wrong, and I own up to it when I get things wrong. That's important. Don't go to the podcasters who every week just pretend like last week didn't happen and what they said last week didn't happen. We own up to it. But so I got that one wrong. I did get Jordan Mason right. I said he would be a top 17 running back. He finished at RB7. I also got Trey McBride right. I had him finishing outside the top one tight end. And indeed, he finished outside the top one.
Pretty hard not to do that.
He finished 6 or 7, I think. And going back to this game, I said Khalil Shakir would finish in the top 26. He finished wide receiver 25. So there you go. But yeah, as far as this goes,
you don't know who's going to bang and bust.
I would stay away from Shakir and Coleman just because, like you said, they're going to be playing ahead the whole game probably. Kincaid, you still start. I think Kincaid's a must start.
James Cook is a smash. He's probably going to kill it.
Absolutely, just burning clock all game. And of course, you do start Josh Allen. There's no question there. It's just
even though what we said, it could happen. But I mean, it's Josh Allen, and you got to go with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the first half he may have 3 rushing touchdowns
for sure.
You just don't know. Let's move on to the very good but sneaky Cleveland Browns. What do you guys say about that?
Very good defense.
This is a killer defense, man.
Yeah,
killer.
Absolutely. I mean, their defense is always good, and it seems like you're just even better this year.
No, their defense is not always been good.
In the Myles Garrett era, their defense is, or at least maybe not the entire Garrett era.
The last 2 years?
5-6 years.
The last 2 years.
The defense has been pretty good. But it's even better this year.
Look, much like James, I have flashbacks of Courtney Brown.
Sure.
Just all the first round draft picks that they picked that were just garbage.
I like what they've done. I mean, I like Schlesinger.
I love Schlesinger.
Yeah, I liked him as a draft pick, and he's come good for them. This Devin Bush still out there looking really good. So their linebacker core, I like. There's a lot of good to say about the defense, and that's maybe going to limit the offensive potential. But starting with the Browns,
Quentin Johnston, I think he's fixing to come into his own.
He's real.
I mean,
hate to say it.
I hate to say it too. I don't like him, but it's hard to mess with production.
I've got another one, deep stash that you're not going to like.
Who?
Isaiah Bond.
No.
Taking over the Jamari Thrash role that you were so hyped about. Yep. I think.
Maybe so.
So for people who don't know, remember a couple weeks ago I said the most morally bankrupt franchise, the Cleveland Browns. They invest so much into Deshaun Watson at the height of his controversy. The moment Judkins gets legally cleared, but not like morally cleared or anything, they sign him.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond was a guy who was probably going to go late first, early second,
Definitely,
as a wide receiver out of Texas, but then he had sexual assault allegations come out and ended up going undrafted. So who signed him?
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and now he's starting to take over that slot role there. Again, he did look talented in college. He kind of fell off as the season went on last year.
I don't think you can trust Jerry Jeudy.
No, I agree.
That's.
And I would look. I would at least consider, if you can find a decent deal for Cedric Tillman, selling on him.
I think the only person is Njoku / Fannin.
And I would go more Fannin.
I would too, but it's kind of muddled. You don't know where it's going to happen. Who's going to get what?
Yeah, I would really only start Quentin Judkins, but I do think he's RB2 territory now.
Let's move on to the very powerful Detroit Lions.
Going up against the defense there should be interesting.
It's definitely going to be interesting. Goff, to me, would be a super flex. Gibbs and Montgomery, I think you got to start both of them. I think Montgomery's a number 2, but I think you definitely have to start both of them. I'm on the Sun God Brown. Is a smash. Laporta's a smash.
Yep. St. Brown just gets better every year.
Look, I'm so mad at Williams. I'm really just mad at Detroit because first 2 passes, 20 yards apiece. I'm like, here we go, and they run it from then on out.
except
St. Brown
on the fourth and 2, or 4th and 3, whatever it was, where they do play action and do a jump ball for Amon-Ra, which works great. I didn't like the call, but hard to argue with the results.
Yeah, I can.
It was a beautiful pass by Goff. Might be the best throw of Goff's career, honestly.
But saying that, I wouldn't feel bad starting everybody.
No, I think Williams is the only one you even think about.
Yeah.
But Montgomery, sure, RB2. That said, if I'm a Montgomery owner, sell right now. Listen, he had an amazing game. He got 2 touchdowns, as did Gibbs. His usage is going down every week. It used to be that they used him early a ton. He was always like the technical starter, and Gibbs would get more involved as the game would go on. Gibbs is getting more involved earlier now.
Gibbs just looks so good.
He looks good. He's a very talented player. So, yeah, you can start Montgomery, but I would just as soon sell him.
Yeah. Moving on. Carolina versus New England. What do you got to say about that?
I think you just said it.
Exactly. There's only like 2 people on both teams.
Yeah, I mean, Teterow is good.
I think he's a number 2 or flex.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver too. He had a bit of a down week last week, but he's the only one that Bryce Young can throw to right now.
Yeah.
Xavier Legette didn't play. I don't know that he'll play again this year. But I mean, look, they got in. Is it a David Moore now? Or David Moore is the Legette replacement for now.
I don't even know.
Which is such a throwback name, but it's bad. It's bad outside of McMillan.
But look, I'm gonna mess you up on this. Another one of my booms.
Don't you say Tommy Tremble?
Butte with 2 touchdowns this week.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Just 2 touchdowns. I didn't say nothing about yardage or anything. It's just 2 touchdowns.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but at this point, Drake May just doesn't throw to wide receivers. He's Hunter Henry with his 29-point game.
No, right?
He loves the running backs and tight ends. Hubbard, by the way, going back to Carolina, very safe play. Like he's
12 points.
Yeah, I mean, somebody asked today.
I'm sorry, Chuba Chubb, the new tight end.
Yes,
8 to 12 points.
That's right.
Sorry.
No, somebody asked today, rest of season Ashton Genty or Chuba Hubbard.
Oh wow.
What do you think? Because I have my answer.
I'm a gambler. I would say Genty.
Yeah.
But any other time, I would say Hubbard just for the safe factor.
Well, that's kind of what my answer was. My answer was, it depends on your roster. If you have another safe running back that you feel pretty good about, take the upside on Genty. Yeah. But if you just need sort of a stabilizing presence, go Chuba Hubbard, and he'll be that, like you said, 8 to 12 points every game.
12 points.
And that's valuable. Like, don't knock that. So, yeah, just wanted to throw it out there. You can always start him as an RB2. For New England, I mean, look.
The poor running back situation. God. Everybody for Trevion Henderson. Whoa! And here we are. Like I said, Ramondre, and what's his face with the fumble too?
Antonio
Gibson. Wow.
Ramondre fumbles 2 times. Antonio Gibson fumbles 1 time. So, hey, does this mean some opportunity for Trevion? It does.
But
he wasn't good. He didn't fumble, but Trevion actually just was not good with the ball in his hands Sunday. Yep. So it's probably going to go back to being Ramondre. I hate to say it. And it's the cost of doing business that he will fumble sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, but Hunter Henry might be the only start.
The best start on both teams?
Yeah, I mean, Drake May is obviously a super flex starter. Yeah. And in this matchup, I would say he's a low-end QB1 even. So if you're in the streaming market for quarterbacks, you could do worse than Drake May.
Yes.
But I would stay away from the running backs, and I would stay away from all the wide receivers.
All right, let's move on to the Chargers versus New York. And let's go with the Chargers first. Who you got?
Everyone but Najee.
I like it. What about, look, Amarian's got to smash it.
Yeah,
He's got to.
Yeah, he's an auto start the rest of the year. Sorry, Najee. It sucks. This is what the Chargers do to people, I guess. This dude's just been the model of health his entire career.
How is it somebody every year on the Chargers dies?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not literally, but you know what I mean, dies for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's the Bills that had the player that died on the field. R.I.P. DeMar Hamlin, but welcome back. Welcome back to Land of the Living. Shout out that Lazarus Hamlin. But seriously, like, Najee has been so healthy his entire career, comes to the Chargers, loses an eye, and then pops his Achilles.
The worst luck.
I'm sorry, dude. I hate it for you, but it is good news for Amari and Hampton. Auto smash the rest of the year. Is Ladd the wide receiver 3 in this offense?
Look, man, once again, this is even worse than all the other 2 wide receiver groups. I mean, this is 3, and I feel like if you have one of the 3, it's either a flex every week or a number 2 every week. You just...
Listen...
They're all in it.
Quentin Johnston is in year 3. And Nico Collins made me expand, like, allowing for a 3-year breakout or a 3rd-year breakout. I used to say if you don't break out in your first 2 years, you're not going to. And Nico Collins changed it for me. Here's Quentin breaking out in year 3. But I was so low on him.
Everybody was.
Oh, I was lower than most with him from when he was from his TCU days.
Liked him at TCU.
I will never be objective about him. I will always assume it's fool's gold, so don't listen to me about Quentin Johnston. I think most people would tell you he's a must start every week now.
Number 2 or flex every week, and I think Keenan is still the number 1. I think it's Keenan, Quentin, Ladd, but I think if you got one of them, you got to start them.
I think Keenan's the most talented. You know, I was always vocally saying McConkey is not a true number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. He's a good complementary receiver, and people didn't like that. And I looked a little foolish last year, I will admit, but he looks like that this year. He looks like not someone who can just demand targets.
I just think it's because Keenan and Quentin have turned on so much. I mean,
sure, but if Ladd is as good as people said that he was, he should.
I wasn't that high on him,
34-year-old Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston should not be out commanding targets. Ladd McConkey should be able to step up and still be the number 1 in that offense if he were as good as people said he was. But here we are. And I'm just saying, I think Keenan Allen is the most talented. I think Quentin Johnston has been the most dominant so far.
All right, so let's move on to the Giants and Tommy DeVito.
Deep stash on the Chargers real quick. Deep stash. Arondre Gadsden, tight end.
From Syracuse. Love him.
Dad played in the NFL as well. Anyways, which game did you say?
Giants with Tommy DeVito. I mean, Jackson Dart.
Oh, yeah. Tommy DeVito. You saying Jackson Dart is the second coming?
They're interchangeable.
Okay, so it's like Mac Jones?
Just like Mac Jones.
All right, let's get into it.
He's garbage.
First of all, since Evan can't be here, I do want to deliver the quote. Did you Dart, Evan Curry. I pegged Dart. Those were the words he used.
Evan, I hope you had dinner first.
I hope Dart did not.
I don't believe in Dart. I think Jameis is better. I think Russell is better. Just saying.
Oh, I crack myself up sometimes.
Prove me wrong.
Listen,
I want to say that. Prove me wrong. I'll admit it if I'm wrong.
Jackson Dart, for me, was the QB1 of this rookie draft class, but that wasn't saying much because I thought so little of this class. And I think he's one who needs to sit for a year. We've said this multiple times on the show.
Yep.
That's my feeling is you guys were kind of eager for him to come in.
I wasn't eager. I just figured.
Evan was super eager.
Well, I figured it was coming.
Yeah. I mean, you predicted it was coming. Yeah, Evan was like, I want it to come. And I was saying, it's probably going to come. I don't want it to come.
I don't think very much of him. That's personally.
I just think he needs time.
I mean, your mom. Never mind.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll be quiet.
I just feel like he needs a year on the bench. Like he needs the Mahomes, Jordan Love, whatever type of treatment to develop. Because
even then, I don't know if he's that good.
It's what I said in the offseason. It's just the system he came from doesn't translate well to the NFL.
That's right.
And so I don't know. And it also bothers me, a week ago, quick rant.
Go ahead.
About how much I dislike Brian Daboll right now.
He's the worst coach. And the general manager is the worst general manager in the NFL.
I don't know about Joe Shane being the worst manager, GM. Yeah. I'm okay with what Joe Shane has done for the most part. But a week ago, I was praising Daboll for, this getting Dart onto the field. He's ready to go at any time. I said that's probably good for his development. But now he has made the decision to start Dart before Dart has thrown a single pass in any of those situations. It has only been running plays that they put him out there. They've never once asked him to throw the ball, and now they're doing this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. This is another thing I'm complaining about Daboll. Yes. My other complaint about Daboll of the week. If you listen to me talk football for any amount of time, you will know this to be one of my pet peeves. If you're up 2 possessions at the end of the game, let's say 10 points.
Yes.
Okay, I need a touchdown to field goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never take the field goal first. Go for the touchdown first. Because if you take the field goal, Brian Daboll, okay, now we only need a touchdown, except, oh shit, excuse my language, the Chiefs just scored again, so really we needed a touchdown on that last drive. Take the touchdown first because you don't know what happens next, but you need a touchdown no matter what, and it might turn out that you need more than a field goal. Take the touchdown first.
I'm not... I don't...
Take the touchdown first.
I would disagree.
I will argue with this all the way.
It's just I'm not going to say it's wrong. Anyway, Giants, who are we starting?
Sorry, there was something you were going to say about the Dart situation.
Let's just move on. Well, I mean...
Somebody did not take his Ambien today. He's trying to censor himself.
Anyway, let's move on.
I keep hanging him on. It's not working. Look, start Scattaboo. He's a smash start while Tracy's out.
2 to 4 weeks. He's a smash start, yes.
I don't know what this does for Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson.
I don't either.
You got to start Neighbors.
Absolutely. But you're going to feel bad doing it.
Yeah. Neighbors is coming off a bad game already. And now he's got this quarterback that is a complete unknown commodity. We've seen the struggles that JJ just had. I think it's only a modestly better system that Dart is going into.
Look,
or situation, rather.
Chargers defense isn't bad.
It's very good.
I know.
So
temper your expectations with the wide receivers.
Yeah, I would bench Robinson, and you're starting Neighbors, but not going to feel good about it.
Yeah. Philadelphia versus Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Whoo, this could be a really good game to watch.
Agreed.
Not fantasy-wise.
Agreed.
Because the Eagles, how frustrating is it to have the Eagles? Any Eagle besides Saquon?
Very is the answer.
Wow.
Look, the Big Four, you've got to start the Big Four Eagles all week.
But you don't know who's showing up.
You don't. It's but you do have to start them.
Why is this year like this?
Fun fact.
There's just so many you don't know.
You know what I did not realize?
What's that?
when Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith are all healthy, like they're all playing together, they're on the field at the same time, 18-0.
Really?
They have not lost a game when all four of them are on the field together, which is crazy, actually. Look, I don't think... You want a hot take?
Give me a hot take.
Saquon doesn't look great this year. He looked okay his first week.
Yeah.
And he's getting, he's got this offensive line but I think the line is kind of carrying him.
I was just I was waiting for you to finish, and I was going to say the line is doing it.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I think last year took a toll on him.
Yes.
And plus all the years in New York.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's done. I'm just saying, once again, temper your expectations.
Fun fact, he is...
Full of facts. Go ahead.
He is on pace for his worst PFF grade of his career. If he doesn't improve, this will be his worst PFF grade of his career.
So, AJ, Devontae, are you starting them? Number twos and a flex?
I will start AJ Brown. I am calling bust of the week for Devontae Smith.
It's just not that good.
Well, it's also just this is a very physical defense.
Jalen Waddle, 2.0. And when I get to the Dolphins, I'll say Jalen Waddle is...
Yeah, Devontae Smith 2.0.
Yeah.
I just think this is a very physical defense that doesn't bode well for Devontae Smith. So I am calling him my bust of the week. He is consensus wide receiver 28. I am saying he finishes outside the top 47 wide receivers.
Like it.
So basically, he's a wide receiver 5,
all right,
which is not a starter.
So let's go to Tampa Bay, and I have Tampa Bay winning this game. Take the points.
I'll for sure take the points.
Baker, in at 3?
It's, minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Minus 3.5. So, look, don't listen to me. I have the worst record in our Pick'em League. My strategy is I just always take home dogs. If those are the only ones I get right, actually. I get it right pretty consistently when I take the home dogs. And if the home team is not underdogs, then I'm terrible. I pick the wrong side every time. Anyways, Baker, though, Baker proved me wrong. Barely proved me wrong, but he did prove me wrong. I had him as my bust of the week last week, finishing outside the top 12. He finished at QB 11.
This week's bust of the week will be Bucky.
Ooh.
Hot take right there.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not going to argue.
I think I had it. I think I had it like under 60 yards.
Man, speaking of, my cat says hello, by the way. Speaking of just the defensive line that Bucky will be going against.
That's mean.
I am so happy for, what's his name, big boy?
Jalen?
Not Jalen Carter. Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis was one that I was always like, can he hold up in the NFL? And
doing a good job.
He was the one who had that block and return at the end of the game. He's the one who blocked the field goal kick.
But Jalen Carter took it.
No, it was Jordan Davis.
Jalen Carter.
Was it Jalen Carter?
Yes.
I thought Jordan Davis picked it up and was hauling off with it.
Well,
okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Before you said that, I was 100% sure, but now I'm like 50%.
I thought it was Jordan Davis, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, Jordan Davis is having a really impressive season. I love to see it for him, but that's bad news for Bucky, to your point. As far as the receivers go, Emeka Egbuka has a smash start, and it looks like Mike Evans is going to be out for a couple of weeks. Evan is not here. Listen, I wish nothing but good things upon Mike Evans.
Who'd you say?
Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter?
It was Jordan Davis.
I thought so.
I could swore it was Jalen Carter.
That is a big dude who
Both
was
of them
running
are
down.
big.
Oh, Jalen Carter looks small next to Jordan Davis.
I could have swore that. Anyway.
Well, they're both Georgia defensive tackles.
I know. I guess that's where my mind went. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Jordan Davis is having a hell of a season, man. But if Evan were here, what I would tell him is this is a part of the Mike Evans experience. This is
he gets hurt.
Specifically the hamstring. This is like his 8th hamstring injury in his 11 years in the league. So, I mean, this is just something that Evans does. And he still gets his 1,000, although, again, I've had my doubts that it'll continue this year. But yeah, unfortunately, you're going to miss a few Evans games, and that's where we are. It's just Emeka Egbuka.
That's it, yeah.
They're going to try to get Godwin out there. If they do, don't start him.
I wouldn't.
Not this week. And Sterling Shepard only has a job because he was Baker's college roommate.
Absolutely correct. Let's move on to the Titans and the Texans.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to get to this game. thought we might have skipped it. Do you know the over-under on this game? 38.5.
That's terrible.
That's really bad.
Anyway, you gotta say the over on that, right? You
Sure.
too.
Why not? I mean,
all right, Titans, nobody but Pollard. And I will say, I said it on TikTok this morning, Ellick is your number one on that team.
Ellick is a deep flex consideration. If you're in a tough spot at wide receiver, I would be willing to flex Ellick Ayumanor, or Ayumanor, I guess is how they're saying it now.
He's starting on my team.
Good for you. I don't hate it.
I got a bunch of trash fixing to start this week, so.
Again, to me, Ayumanor was a top 3 wide receiver in that draft class. I couldn't believe he made it to the second round, and he's living up to it. I don't like Cam Ward, but I do like Ayumanor, so I'm glad to see him doing well there. Chig Okonkwo also looked good, by the way. Oh,
Lord, here we go, Chig.
He had a good game. I'm not saying he's a low end.
I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
He's kind of like I said, someone, it was Kyle Pitts who I said too. Like, if you don't have a top 5 tight end, like
I would take Pitts over him.
I would take Pitts as well, but he's a low end tight end starter. Okonkwo is at this point.
But that's it, right, on the Titans?
You can still start Pollard. You're not going to feel great about it.
Pollard and maybe Ellick.
Yeah.
Texans. I'm so grossed out by them right now.
Yeah.
Still think CJ has it, but it's like watching them last week, it was like it wasn't all on him. The line is terrible.
Everything's terrible.
And I want to say Nico is the only bright light, but I don't know.
So one thing I realized is they're using the Earhart-Perkins offensive system this year, which shout out Ray Perkins, former coworker. I got to know Ray towards the end of his life. He's the one who got me my Bill Belichick football. I like Ray. May he rest in peace. Hell of a career in the NFL and in junior college. However, that offensive system in the 21st century, I would say,
is outdated.
I can only think of 2 places it's worked. Tom Brady and Deshaun Watson with the Texans. Those are the only 2 places that offensive system
Do you
worked.
remember what year for Tom Brady?
His whole career with the Patriots.
I thought it was like the first half.
Oh no, the Patriots always ran Earhart-Perkins, and still are.
And that's just because the only reason it was good there was just because Tom Brady.
Because of Tom Brady, yeah. Yes. That's you could definitely argue that. So like it's a weird system there. I blame, but also Stroud has not looked good. I don't want to defend him at all.
No,
Stroud, even accounting for a bad situation, I think has been average at best.
I thought he was going to have a comeback year, and I was wrong.
He looks like, the thing I always said about Stroud coming out of college is he had this one game against Georgia where he looked great, and then the rest of his career was kind of,
yeah.
And so the question was, which version of C.J. Stroud do you get? And his whole rookie season, he looked like the Georgia C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Since then, he has looked like the rest of his college career. So
the only person I'm saying to start is Nico, and that's with Nico, and a deep stash would be Woody Marks if he's not already taken.
No, totally agree.
Last week, his usage went from like 20% to 40%. So
he's getting in there.
I think they know what they have with Chubb. I love Chubb too, by the way. So that's it for them.
I agree.
Colts and Rams. Now this is going to be the bonanza game.
This will be the biggest test for Daniel Jones yet. This is a good defense he's going to be up against. We'll see what he does. I think he'll still do pretty well. I think he's a low-end QB1 still.
So I would say Daniel, definitely Jonathan Taylor, Pittman, and Pierce, and Warren. Pierce would be a low flex if you had him.
Yeah, I think that's right. Pierce is probably going to be out with a concussion still. So
I didn't think about that. Oh, yeah, you said that earlier. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know what to do with Pittman and Downs. As the guy who owns them both, like, it's hard to predict which one's going to have the big week. Tyler Warren's always going to have a big week.
Yeah, I feel like he's the number one.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like I think these two players are better than the two I'm about to compare them to, but it's a lot like the Shakir Coleman situation.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Except Pittman and Downs are better. I want to press pause real quick to go back, since we were talking about the Titans and Tony Pollard. Would you like him back?
No? I'm good. Who do you want?
Trey Benson?
Oh, heck no. Absolutely not.
You don't know what you're getting with Benson.
I know what I'm getting with Pollard.
Can't blame a guy for trying.
Look, let me ask you this, and this is 100%, I'm being honest. Go back. Would you make that trade?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, you won the trade. Listen.
As of right now, I mean.
Yeah, it's still early for sure. Listen, 80% of trades that I pull the trigger on, I end up being on the losing side on. And everyone always thinks, like, when the trade goes through, everyone thinks, oh, Foley really won that trade.
It's not that we think you won it. It's we think you fleeced somebody.
Yeah, you think y'all think that I just really fleeced this guy, when in reality, I almost always lose.
We didn't get that, though, this year. Did you notice that?
There was a little
really?
bit. Not much, but a little bit. Everyone kind of understood. I think everyone felt it was a pretty fair trade, honestly. But I always end up on the losing side of this. I trade because I enjoy trading, not because it makes my team better. I just think it's fun, especially in our league, to cut deals. But yeah.
Okay, let's go to this week's ugliest game of the year. The Jaguars versus the 49ers. I bet you that total's way high, though.
I think we just talked about the ugliest with the Texans-Titans.
Well, this is the second ugliest.
Sure.
Jaguars.
Carson Wentz. So I'm going to start calling him.
Look, they got to give up on T-Law. Even though they paid him a bunch of money.
They did pay him a bunch of money.
They got to get rid of him. Tell me I'm wrong.
I want to see how the rest of the season goes.
You know how the rest is. It's going to be like last year and the year before that. Okay, anyway.
Listen, I've never been in on Trevor Lawrence, to be clear.
I know you hadn't.
I did think this was going to be a better year for him. But, you know, I am very impatient with wide receivers and running backs. I expect instant success out of them. I am patient to a fault with head coaches and quarterbacks. I am always like, I just want to see one more year. And
I will say it's sad that he had so many coaches and coordinators and all that, but there's people that's made it.
Yeah, Baker.
And he is not Baker.
Yeah. I mean, look, in my defense, I have for I don't know how many years been saying, I want to see a little bit more out of Daniel Jones. And look what happened. Finally.
Just takes different team.
I'm never wrong. I'm just prematurely incorrect sometimes. Or prematurely correct.
So Trevor Lawrence needs to be traded, is what you're saying.
Or maybe something can happen here, but yeah, usually a geographic change does help. But I do like, the Jags have managed to find success with Trevor Lawrence being mid at best.
That being said, Jaguars will win this week. Give me the points.
Maybe.
Who's going to rush the quarterback?
Yeah, that's true. What's his name's done?
Bosa.
Nick Bosa. That's a good point. So Lawrence is QB2 still. Like, I'm probably going to have to start him. If Brock Purdy is back, I'm going to be starting Lawrence. I don't know if Purdy is back.
I think he's supposed to.
Yeah. That means I will probably be starting Lawrence because...
And look, that being said, we are putting starts and sits way before everybody else.
Yeah.
So, give us a little something for that.
That's right. We're calling our shots.
We're professionals.
Etienne's a smash start.
Absolutely. Once again, the wide receivers.
What do you do with Brian Thomas?
I don't know. I honestly would say I would want to trade high after last week. I don't know if anybody would take you up.
Nobody would. No, seriously. Like,
he's a flex at this point. Yeah, I know you're going to say number 2.
Is Brian Thomas available in the Chop League?
I don't know.
I'm just curious what you would bid on him.
It would depend who I had, though.
Sure. Yeah, he's available. He was on James's team.
Yeah, look how that worked.
Full transparency, I did not bid on him. Because
I wouldn't either.
There's just no safety there. And you need safe players with...
You need a safe quarterback.
Well, I just mean for chopped in particular or guillotine leagues, you need to save players, and his floor is 0. Yeah, I don't know, man. Brian Thomas looks like who I thought he was, which is bad. Travis Hunter, you can't start, and
that's it.
I don't know. I could go on a long rant, but I'll save it for another week about just what's happening with this offense right now.
All right, 49ers, CMC, that's it.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, superflex whoever starts.
Yeah.
But that's about all I can say.
All right. Ravens, Chiefs, who you got?
Is this a good game, or are the Chiefs bad?
I don't know. Who would have thought Ravens and Chiefs would be 1 and 2?
1 and 2 each, yep. One of these teams is about to be 1 and 3. Or maybe they go 1 and 2 and 1.
I want to say the Ravens win, but I feel dirty. I don't know. I just hate the Chiefs though.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, Lamar's a smash, Henry's a smash, and that's it. Except for Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, if you have it.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, I mean, he'll probably disappoint you because of he just had a big week, and nobody started him probably.
And that's what's going to happen with the wide receivers. They're going to disappoint you.
Yeah, look at Zay. We were all on this podcast talking about like he had done it 2 weeks in a row. Maybe we finally believe in Zay, and then he puts up a stinker. Yeah, I mean, look.
But it didn't help that Lamar was going straight to Bateman.
Yeah. But Bateman actually is getting used less and less.
Really?
Believe it or not. There is a true rotation happening at X. Like, I know Bateman's stat line looked good, but it's getting to where it's almost every play. Bateman, Hopkins, and Tez Walker are just rotating in that spot, which it's going to make it hard for, to have any trust in any of them. I do just want to take this moment to say to our fans who are maybe frustrated with when we do get things wrong and not giving us credit when we do get things right.
James.
And again, my record on booms and busts is pretty spectacular.
But our record in the league is
well,
Evan's keeping us afloat.
He is. Even though I beat him. So what does that say?
Still 1 and 2 though.
Yeah. I was 1 and 2 up, but I went up against a very good team this week. What I would say is a pro scout in the NFL, when they're putting together tape to scout their upcoming opponent, they look at 5 games worth of samples. We're not 5 games into the season right now. No. So we're still collecting information here. Come back to us in a couple weeks. I might be a little bit checked out because Halloween season will have started. I'll be in horror movie mode.
But also, last week was terrible for everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I know I'm wrong on some parts, but for the total, I feel like a lot of people just stunk.
Yeah. At least James gives you credit for things like Woody Marks and Trey Tucker. I don't get credit for the things I get right. All I get is grief about Brian Thomas Jr., who I don't even like.
Well, I mean, I could go on a list. I mean, there was Fannin. I did say Gadsden was good and tight ends.
I was higher on Gadsden than you. You were about Will Disley.
I said Big Will, he will come through when you need him. Anyway, let's Chiefs. I guess you have to start Mahomes.
Yeah, you do.
And what do you think about the wide receiver room?
I mean, Tyquan Thornton currently looks like the best, but I don't want to start any of them. It's like
Kelsey,
go drop $50 on Tyquan Thornton because he's
chopped,
looking good. Or no, just in any drop a bunch of fab on Tyquan Thornton because he currently looks like the hot one in KC, and then that's going to be it. He's not going to do anything.
Yeah, next week it'll be somebody else.
Yeah, so you can't trust any of them. He's spreading the ball a ton. Sure, Kelsey, you can still start as a tight end.
But you feel yucky about
You feel yucky about it. I don't feel good about Pacheco or Kareem Hunt. Those are both benches for me. This is a situation to avoid, man. It's so gross. I'll take Chiefs as home dogs. Baltimore's favored by 2.5. I'll
take Baltimore all day on that. Bears and Raiders. Who you got on the Bears? There's only, to me, 2. And Caleb's not one of them. Although I think he's going to have a big game.
Do you want to guess where Caleb Williams' consensus is ranked for this week?
13.
QB 5.
What? I do think he's going to have a good game, but I can't do it.
Of the week.
I can't do it.
I think.
Top 12? Out of the top 12?
I know. Yeah, I think he will finish outside top 15. I have him finishing. and behind Carson Wentz.
Kind of think he's going to have a good game. I don't like it. I kind of think it, though.
I understand why people think that because it's the Raiders.
Yeah.
At the same time, Caleb,
it is the
not
Bears.
Great under pressure. Yeah, it is the Bears. But also Caleb's not great under pressure and quietly having a phenomenal season, Max Crosby, who I was kind of out on after last year. I was like, I think he was kind of a overrated edge rusher.
He's good.
He's looked really good this year. So I'm betting on Max Crosby to be belt to ass on Caleb Williams and Caleb getting flustered and finishing outside the top 15 this week.
I don't want to say it. I will say Caleb, and then I say a smash for Odunze.
Absolutely. Odunze is a must start at this point.
He's got to be their number one.
DJ Moore's available in our Chopped League.
You can have.
I don't know what to think about that. Let me ask you this. DJ Moore or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Because they're both available in Chopped right now.
That is a good one.
Rest of season, not just this week. Rest of season.
Gosh, I don't trust either quarterback. I don't trust either wide receiver. I'll say Brian Thomas because he's LSU. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's as far as I took it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in DJ Moore right now, but I feel like if I went back and looked, his numbers are probably better than it feels.
Look, I will say this. DJ has always had like a streak of 3 games, and then he goes back to being irrelevant. Even with the Panthers.
True.
Oh.
He's been a pretty consistent, like,
I don't believe that.
13 to 24 is where he falls like every year in the wide receiver rankings. I will say, pick up Luther Burden in free agency at this point. He looks good. They're not using him a ton right now. He had one big deep bomb, but they're not using him. But as much as this team is struggling, they need him on the field if they want to actually start winning games and to help Caleb out. So at some point, Burden is going to get more involved in this offense. Uriah is making a face that indicates I'm right.
Oh, no, I'm thinking something else.
Okay, sure. DeAndre Swift still a start every week. He's just getting so much volume. And stay away from the tight ends. Tight end situation is gross. I know you're still looking for things, but anything else on the Bears before we move on to the Raiders?
No, Raiders, once again, Bowers.
Yep.
Maybe Tucker. But once again, that wide receiver room is too muddled.
Yep.
No alpha has emerged. Once again, Trey Tucker, I like him. I think he's a great player. But I will say a but. I wouldn't start him. I have him. I would not start him.
I think Tucker is starting to emerge as the alpha.
I hope so.
Again, he's a year 3 player. I don't like year 3 breakout. I don't like that narrative, but maybe that is what's happening here. He is emerging. I mean, Jacoby Myers is still there and is still going to... I'm not saying you should start Tucker. You should definitely have Tucker on your roster if he's available, is all I'll say. He was the number 1 wide receiver of the week, if you can believe it. And Genty, I think we've said what we have to say about Genty. It's a bad situation, but he still has a ton of upside. I'm still starting him every week. I know it's gross, but he's getting the volume, and that's the most important thing, even if his offensive line is bottom 2 for run blocking in the NFL.
I'll take 5 years for DJ Moore, wide receiver 15, wide receiver 16, wide receiver 19, wide receiver 20.
That's exactly what I said. He finishes wide receiver 13 to 24 every year.
I didn't hear you say that. I heard 13. Oh, well. I still don't like him. He's
a wide receiver too. That's what he is.
He's a tight end, 8 to 12. Prove me wrong.
He is a wide receiver too, and I'll take that. So thank you for proving my point and acting like it was your point.
I don't...
That was fantastic. Well done. Well done, sir.
Didn't happen. Anyway, I don't know where I'm at.
Green Bay, Dallas, Sunday Night Football.
Oh, that's going to be a good game too.
Micah Parsons' revenge game.
Look,
in Dallas.
I will say this. I know I've said it on the podcast. Dak will be a number 5 in the top 5 this year. This week is not one of them. Do not start anybody on the Cowboys.
I have a boom for you. This is only deep flex territory.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who's going to finish with a better game than Devontae Smith this week? KeVontae Turpin.
You went deep on that.
Yes, sir. Who is currently consensus ranked wide receiver 66. I'm saying he finishes in the top 47 wide receivers this week, which is not. People make this face. People make this face when I say things like that. It's not as crazy as you think. Like the top 50 wide receivers, Brian Thomas Jr. just finished as wide receiver 50 on the week last week.
So you're saying you take Turpin over Brian Thomas this week?
And I didn't say that. I said I'm taking him over Devontae Smith this week.
Okay. I was just saying, just checking.
Yep.
All right, Packers, who are you starting? Got to be Love and Jacobs, and that's it, right?
Yes, I apologize for jumping into Dallas so quick.
I was there too.
But yeah, Josh Jacobs is a smash start.
Is Kraft playing?
I think so.
If he plays, smash.
Absolutely.
Cowboys.
Well, on the Packers, just keep an eye on Golden. Desperation flex, maybe. He's started to step up with Jaden Reed out. You definitely want to keep him on your roster, but if you have to start him, you can. I would try to find another option, though. And yeah, Love is what we've said about him all year.
Cowboys, the only person I'm starting is Turd Ferguson.
I'll start Pickens, and again, I'll desperation flex Turpin, and I'll start Javonte.
Okay. Let's move on. Jets and the Dolphins Monday night. Jets, who you got? Oh, this is ugly.
Well, how's Fields doing with the concussion protocol?
Does it matter?
Know? It doesn't matter for the rest of the team. No, it's you're smash starting Garrett Wilson. He's been really good,
and that's
this year. He's been really good. I think somebody was super high on Garrett Wilson. Not that I get credit for that.
Not me.
I was aggressively high on Garrett Wilson. It's kind of a miracle I didn't get him in our league, but. He's a smash start, and I think Breece Hall is a flex. I think this is
depending on your team. Yeah,
this is a decent matchup for him to catch some passes out of the backfield. Actually, I'm cool with that. I'm staying away from anyone else. I mean, there is no one else for the Jets.
Who are you staying away with on the Dolphins?
After last week, I don't know that I'm staying away from anyone. Right?
Wow, I did not expect that from you.
I don't feel good about it.
Okay.
But I mean, Waddle ended up having a good game. Devontae Smith 2.0, as you say.
That's right.
But Waddle ended up having a pretty good game. Tyreek is not exciting, but he's fine.
Give me A-Chain. That's it.
Oh, yeah. A-Chan is a smash. Both of the wide receivers are flexes. And I'm going to just keep monitoring Malik Washington. I'm like, as soon as Tyreek
this year's
gets traded,
Ray.
He is like, every week I'm going to look at, except it's different this year because I don't even have him. I cut him 2 weeks ago for Mac Jones, but I do still think Malik Washington kind of looks better than Tyreek Hill right now.
Tyreek's just a name right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. Stay the hell away from Tua. Tua is terrible. Tua turned the ball over.
All right, let's move on to the Bengals versus the Broncos. Listen.
Worst defense versus best defense.
Go ahead. Who do you got for the Bengals? I'm tied to them this year, and it's the worst feeling ever.
If you want to get out of the Chase Brown market, I'll give you Tony Pollard.
I wouldn't do that, but I would trade Chase Brown. That's not good enough.
Okay. I mean, Chase Brown.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Chase Brown is the only running back besides Ashton Genty who has negative yards before contact. That's how bad his offensive line has been this year.
Did they lose anybody in free agency?
No, I don't think so.
What happened?
It was bad last year.
I know it was bad, but it wasn't this bad.
It was almost this bad. It's just they got a little bit worse.
Got a lot worse.
Yeah, it's especially that interior is rough.
Okay, Chase.
Yeah,
that's it.
You start Jamar Chase. You can flex T. Higgins. Look, I said last week, actually, Jake Browning's going to have a bad game against Minnesota, but then things can get better because the one thing that Jake Browning does better than Joe Burrow is get the ball out of his hands quickly. And
so you said Jake Browning is going to have a great game against the Broncos.
I didn't say that.
I heard that.
That's not what I said.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, what I said is he can get the ball out quickly to the playmakers, which can benefit, even if it's a bunch of just short catches in a PPR league, that benefits Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So Chase is, of course, a start, and Higgins is a flex for me, and Chase Brown is Gross flex. Yeah.
I know. I feel terrible about that. Broncos. Who are we starting on the Broncos? Once again, you have a muddled up wide receiver room, a muddled up running back room, and
I hate to say it, Dobbins looks good right now.
He does.
But I'm staying away from that backfield.
Please don't say Sutton again this week.
Sutton was good last week. Sutton helped you out.
I know, but
in our blind drafts, which we'll talk about in a minute, Sutton came good for you. Might have been the only good one for you. But I mean, yeah, I think you've got to start Sutton, and you can still consider Franklin as a flex, and that's about it. You can flex J.K. Dobbins. Stay the hell away from R.J. Harvey and whoever else they've got in that backfield right now. And Bo Nix.
Flex, super.
Through 3 weeks, is Bo Nix the worst quarterback in the NFL?
No, there's a special place in my heart for that.
Cam Ward?
No, Justin Fields. It's Justin. Okay.
Such a hater.
Justin Fields, Murray, Ward, Murray, and then you can rise above that.
Hot take.
It's not a hot take.
No, my hot take. My hot take.
Bo Nix good?
No. Ohio State quarterbacks.
Trash.
Justin Fields over CJ Stroud.
Ooh. I'd take CJ.
I know you would. Most people would. I'm just saying. But anyways, no, don't. In a super flex, you're going to start Nix. I wouldn't feel good about it.
No.
He's been really bad this year, like really bad. So, do with that what you will. And that was our last game, huh?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to talk about. I have a couple of things. Starting with a recap of my booms and busts. Again, I only did quarterback and wide receiver this week because I'm okay with where people are on consensus for running back and tight end. But Carson Wentz finishes ahead of Caleb Williams, and Kevontae Turpin finishes ahead of Devontae Smith.
I'll give you that.
I think those are pretty spicy too,
but also believable.
Yeah. So last week, our blind drafts.
Oh Lord, it's terrible. How bad did I lose?
You lost real bad.
I figured
you lost real bad, bud.
Oh, I knew I would.
Here's the good news.
What's that?
Kendre Miller was not your worst player.
I know. I saw that.
Do you know who was your worst player?
Who?
Malik Neighbors. So here's our recap. We'll start with our third place team.
Me?
Uriah. CJ Stroud, 19 points. Chase Brown, 6 points. Kendre Miller, 5 points. Cortland Sutton, 26 points. Malik Neighbors, 3 points. Quentin Johnston, 14 points. And Harold Fannin, I read my own handwriting, 5 points. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to read that.
Terrible.
For a total of 78. I came in second place. Evan is really dominating these blind drafts so far. I came in second place. Lamar Jackson, 33. Jonathan Taylor, 35. When I looked at those two, I was like, I've got this. Tony Pollard, 13. Troy Franklin, 2. Justin Jefferson, 12. Bijan, 16. Mike Gesicki, 1. That was my mistake. I should have gone Noah Fant. But yeah, I said, oh, good, I am not coming in last place. And indeed, I did not. But Evan did win. Josh Allen, 29 points. Alvin Kamara, 6 points. Quinshon Judkins, 16 points. Roma Dunze, 15. Nico Collins, 27. Lad McConkey, 8. Hunter Henry, 29 for a total of 130 points. So first place was 130. Third place, Uriah, was 78. It was a blowout. Sorry to say.
I knew that.
I figured instead of blind drafts this week, I wanted to do something a little different for you. Since we don't have our co-host here, we haven't done a blind ranking in a while.
Okay.
Where I give you a name.
I got
it. Okay, you got it.
I got it this time.
You got it this time. So let's start. These are just going to be flex players, okay?
All right.
Number 1, Jonathan Taylor.
1.
Number 2, Malik Neighbors.
3.
Number 3, Garrett Wilson.
4.
Number 4, Devon Achane.
2.
Ooh. And that means your number 5, sir, is Christian McCaffrey.
I knew I should have put the freaking Jets on the bottom.
Number 1, I thought for sure you would put Wilson at the bottom. Number 1, Jonathan Taylor. Number 2, Devon Achane. Okay. Malik Neighbors, number 3. Garrett Wilson, number 4. Christian McCaffrey, number 5. Anything else?
That's it.
I'll just say, again, we're getting closer to spooky season, so if you've stuck with us this long, stick with us more because I will be talking more about that than football, honestly. after next week's
He's
episode.
not good at either, so I'm joking.
That's true.
Anyway, love you guys. Had a great time.
Goodbye.
Bye.